3, 2, 1. Mike's alive.
Oh shit. Can I have another can of Coke? Yeah. I want a little bit more to drink. Are we actually live?
We're very live.
Can you pull it up so I can see myself if that's all right?
Yeah, have some of that.
So apparently, I'm wearing a beanie tonight, right? But this guy, show the camera. They have to see that you're not Damo. Yeah, this guy over here.
I'm back.
He reckons because Emily, a good friend of mine, started to cut my hair. Apparently, I look like Trinity from The Matrix. Pull it up.
It looks good, man. It looks good.
It doesn't look good.
Nah, it looks good.
I don't want to look like a girl. What is this?
Nah, it's your version. It's good.
Yeah. All right, but tonight, so episode 89, right, Mitch?
Yep.
All right, episode 89. So tonight we have Matt Bird on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. There you go. There's the camera. Yeah.
Bird.
All right, so let's start it off like I start every other podcast off, Mitch.
So who are you and what do you do?
That's it. He got it. He's spot on. All right, yeah. So who are you?
Like a lot of people get confused, but I'm not Australian. Well, I am. I live here, but I'm South African, born and not raised in South Africa either. But my whole family lived there, and I'm what you could say is the first generation in Australia.
Aussie South
Hence
Africans.
my accent, you know.
Yeah.
There's some words.
Well,
some people, you know, have a go at me for some words I say, but like car and off.
Oh, that sounds weird.
There you go.
Wait, say it again.
The first one
car
was fine.
Oh well, I think it's grown on me. I'm driving Aussie cars now, so.
How do you say it? Off.
Off.
Okay.
Off.
I know.
Can you say fish and chips?
Fish and chips.
Yeah, so that's not
I'm
one.
not from New Zealand.
That's the wrong country, mate.
You got it twisted.
But I have to say that I love South Africa. I went there for my parents' 50th anniversary, well, 20th wedding anniversary and
right.
their 50th birthday. If they're watching, like, hope I'm getting that right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're like Cape Town, Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, Durban, everything. So cool.
Yeah,
I love that place.
It's awesome.
It's just so
I'm
beautiful.
I'm so proud to tell people where I'm from. You know, some people have their own stories and whatever, but they go, "Yeah, I'm from so and so," and that's it. Because they don't.
Yeah, they don't want to have anything to do with anyone.
Well,
but
not even that. They just don't. I think they're happy where they are now, and they just move on and kind of.
That's it.
Put it
I'm
aside.
in Australia. I'm in Perth.
You don't need to know where
history.
I'm from. I'm right here, kind of thing. But for me, it's like that's me. You know, like I always believe there's South Africa in my blood, and that's never going to leave me. And you know, there's stuff going on there, which is hard to talk about because it's in my home city, like literally outside the front gate of my family's house. That's
the riots and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're
right?
literally stuck in their house.
Yeah.
And I gave them a call when it was happening, and lovely people, but you could just hear the fear.
Yeah.
And they're strong people as well. My family, like, they're so strong, and like credit to them because they've been through, to get here, which I thank my parents for and stuff like that. And I'm so thankful that I'm here. As much as I love South Africa, the opportunity here is amazing, and I wouldn't be who I am.
Well, I mean, talking about that, there's quite like a large expat, like South African population that is living in Perth, right? And it's just huge. Perth only. It's like not the rest of Australia,
huge. Right? Perth, let me get this right, otherwise they'll overgo me again.
Yeah.
I think Perth is the biggest population of South Africans outside of South Africa.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me on that.
That would make sense, though.
Don't quote me on that.
I've met a lot of South Africans.
I think so.
Just quickly as well, is Safa a bad term?
No.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, all right. Because Safas is a cool word.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's,
okay,
yeah.
right.
But I know.
Just in case.
Otherwise, I should be getting in trouble. No one's told me off for using that in my family, so.
Oh, you were close.
I was close?
Second?
It's second, yeah.
Okay, so I was second.
So the UK is first, but close second is Australia.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you heard the word Durban curry?
No. Durban curry?
I have, actually.
So that's literally from Durban. And there's a huge Indian population in Durban.
Really?
So it's kind of cool. It works, the other way around. So I think this is where I got it from, but South Africa or Durban is the biggest population of Indians outside of India as well.
Oh, no way.
So that's where the Durban curry comes from. My father makes it all the time. It is amazing.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I'm going to Google that. Yeah.
Store if you don't know how to make it from scratch. And they have little packs. They even pack the bay leaves and stuff in them straight from South Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
You just like boil the kettle and then away you go kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you know, the curry's there, you know, put your rice, whatever meat you want, you know, they have instructions.
Can you Google this? I'll have a look at Durban curry.
Yeah, Durban curry is amazing.
See,
I'm not a curry fan. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a curry fan.
Yeah, I love my curries.
Durban curry just
hits the spot.
Yeah, it's one of the look at that.
Straight into the food here. Yeah, you got me going.
Hungry. I just had dinner. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm also quite baffled as well.
Is this the like packaging you're talking about here, like the?
No, they have like.
It'd probably be like see-through. Yeah,
it's see-through, and it's
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean, like.
Because you can go to Asian...
Stapled at the top with the cardboard, and then it literally runs down the little compartments of stuff.
Asian
like
groceries have the same as well.
Top right? Kind of like... Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, kind of like
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool when you get stuff like that. And you're just like, oh my god, there's everything. Like, how do you make it? I was going to say as well...
My family know how to make it from scratch, so they don't need that.
Oh, fancy.
But I hope not. I haven't seen it before. But yeah, you know, if you want to try that, then... That's how you do it.
I was just going to quickly say as well, it's like when I went to Hong Kong, I was blown away as well because of the Indian population.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's as big there as like South Africa kind of thing, but when you go to Hong Kong, it's like there are just Indians on the street. They just go, Rolex? you want Gucci bag?
You should see Durban.
It's similar thing.
No, that's why Durban curry, like, it's famous. Yeah.
You want curry?
That's it. Boom. Like, here's my pots.
Yeah. So I live 45 minutes inland up the hill from Durban.
Yep.
So I'm a little bit outside of Durban, but you go through there to, you know, get to where I used to live. But
so how old were you when you moved over here then?
I was literally a couple months old.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So not legal to fly then?
No, I was very little. I'm oldest, so I was an only child at the time.
Can you quickly Google the minimum age? I just want to know this thing. Yeah, that's it. Where you go on though.
But yeah, so flew over here, and then went from there. So I
12 to 15, depending on which.
There you go, and you were a couple of months old.
Jeez, yeah.
What if you probably cried and screamed on the plane?
My parents probably ordered one seat.
Yeah.
And didn't order one for me.
Which just sit on the lap. It's alright.
Saves money.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm the only sibling that was born there, and then my other two siblings were born here. So it's pretty special. Yeah. When there's sports on, it's like separated couch.
Oh really?
Yeah. Myself and my parents are going for the box.
Yeah.
And then the other two are Aussies.
Yep.
And
that's pretty cool
when
though.
The Aussies lose.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone gets it right.
Yeah. So
that's pretty good though. It's like, you know, in family competition kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's literally where we're born.
It's
no choosing. Yeah.
So with the music, let's get onto that.
Okay.
So how did you get into music and entertainment, nightlife, artistic stuff, the whole lot?
So I had no contacts or friends in the industry. You see it a lot now. Like, no, it's no shame or anything, but like, you know, it's better to know people than to know what you know.
It's all networking.
And unfortunately, that's how it works. And it's not a bad thing. Oh. It's just how this world is. Well, Perth, you know.
Well, in general, but definitely Perth. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I've always seen it like that. So I knew it was going to be tough. I haven't made it yet, but I'm still.
Don't say that. You've made it.
I'm only 20, so.
Really, you're only 20?
Yeah.
Well, you're like 25. I'm 28. I feel so old.
I've been in nightclubs for nearly 3 years.
Yeah,
21 soon. So
yeah.
I'm not 21 soon, but 4 months. My mom's like a 20. But yeah,
good old mothers.
I played basketball at a very young age. My whole family. Was basketball. My parents don't play too much anymore. My old man still does. He still gets out there a little bit. But yeah, growing up, they got us into basketball, all three of us. We're a golf family as well. So it was a bit of
what? A golf.
Golf.
Okay.
Yeah. So
when you say gold, it's like what?
No, like
no,
a bit of like. Oh, really? Basketball or golf? Like,
so
they got a little bit
interesting
angry,
mix,
but yeah. So basketball was because of our height. My dad's 6'6". Yeah, my brother's 6'7".
Did you grow early as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
we'll get into that.
I feel like I was this tall, like 6'4", when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I just stopped growing.
I was just a midget.
That much in the last 3 years.
Right.
Like since I was 18, I really haven't. I don't think it's normal, but all right.
I can't remember fast.
Hey, nobody's perfect, so
that's it, right? I'm just old. That's all. So
I was always the tallest. And there was a race between my brother and I who was going to be the taller one.
Is that one of those things where you stand against the door? Frame mark.
Yeah. Or as a baby, they measure you at a certain age and then they calculate somehow how tall they're going to be.
Really?
Have you never heard of that?
No, I never heard of that.
Oh, well, they guessed it right. Because my brother's so much taller than me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like cheating almost, though. You just
like,
put the two children together. Yeah, you're going to be taller.
But I was like, surely that's not accurate. Like, the kid's not even a year old. Like,
that's it, right?
You know, anything can happen.
That's it, yeah.
They probably just look at the father and go, 6'7".
Just write on their notes.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so basketball it was. Didn't really, you know, I hadn't really found music, or hadn't realized that I found music at a young age. But I always, thinking about it now, I always loved music. Always playing music. You can ask any of my friends or my family. Music always had to be playing. Working out, yeah, you know, you name it. So, played for WA, and I thought that was where I was going, you know, because talks of college and...
But it's pretty cool to play for WA.
Well, if you're playing basketball, you're an idiot not to believe that you're going to the NBA. What's the point?
That's exactly it, yeah.
You know, like, I know it's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. But you play because you love it. Yeah, money's cool and stuff like that. But you're not there
That's it.
for the money.
You're there for the
like
sport.
80-odd games. I can't remember now. But 80-odd games a season in a foreign country for us. Like, you're not there because of money.
That's it, yeah.
You're there for both.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was my dream. And then I kind of like when I went to Melbourne and played for WA, that was kind of like, okay, like they've seen me, you know, like I'm still a kid, but they've seen me. And
oh my God,
I know, I was like, this is the start of something, guys. And then the second trip round, so the second year I did it, I played a second tournament, completely different, sorry. To the other one, but we stayed in Melbourne because it was only a couple of days before them. I remember it hurts me to think about it, but I hurt myself, fractured my arm, and it was in my growth plate.
Right.
Which I think is why I'm short. Well, I'm not short, but shorter than I thought I was going to be.
You didn't reach your full potential.
That's right. Didn't reach my brother's height.
Yeah. 6'7"'s pretty tall
big,
though. Yeah.
Nearly ducking.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. Anyway, so got that done, recovered. I was like, sweet, I'm back. And then because I was so much taller than everyone and I grew so quickly when I was younger, the doctors think that my muscles hadn't caught up yet or something. You know, it was ages ago. Can't remember. Don't really care. But so playing one day, fractured my back. Didn't know what it was. I had just huge sensation down my spine and I couldn't feel my legs. I was like...
Could you walk though?
No, not really.
Ooh.
I could, like, you could, but you just wanted to cry. That's like good. You just wanted to sit in a chair and sleep.
And that's just from fracturing your elbow.
Because this is my back now.
Oh, your back,
so I fractured my back.
Yeah.
And it pinched a nerve or something. And it was, the fracture hurt, but it was the weakness that got me. And then it was pushing on a nerve apparently, and it just sent it down my legs. And you just wanted to sleep. Yeah. Because that's the only time you're not in pain. And to get to sleep was a mission.
Yeah, can you imagine, yeah.
And I went through that for ages, 9 months the first time. Like, you might as well do your knee. That's how bad it was. So you might as well literally do your knee. And all these people are like, oh yeah, I've done my knee. You know? I'm like, I spent the same time on my back.
Yeah.
And that thing, you know, is the central point for everything.
That's it, yeah.
You can hobble. Like, I'm not putting anyone down that's done their knee, but you can hobble.
That's exactly it, right? Like
Put your leg up. But I'm sitting here and my back's sore, you know? So I can't do anything about it. And then I recovered, still so into basketball.
How long did it take for you to recover as well?
9 months at that time,
9 months,
first one. And then the second time, I did it 3 times. So the second time I did it was a bit longer. It was probably about 10 or 11 months. And then I was kind of like, is this going to happen again? Because if it does, then you really have to think, like, because it's your back. And you have your back for life.
That's exactly it.
And you're not playing basketball at 50 or 60, but you still have your back.
You can cut a leg off, but you can't cut your back off.
You got to be smart about this, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
Because I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I love basketball, so I'll play through pain. And the doctor was like, do you want to be in pain for the rest of your life? I was like...
How old were you? First, second, third time?
16. The last time I did it, I remember it was in the state league grand final.
Really?
Yeah.
The grand final?
And I was warming up. Everything was great, feeling awesome. Like, I just made it to the grand final. Big day, little kid dream, you know. We had never won a grand final before. We were kind of the underdogs, and we collected a good team and, you know, put it down to work. And we're like, oh, so we can reward ourselves now and try and win this game. 3 minutes in, my back goes. And by now, it's happened twice. And I'm like, I know what it is. And you just say in pain. And I was at the point where I was like, I'm just going to play the rest of the game. That was my mentality. And I was like, I went off the court, got the doctor to like rub my back for a good, 10 minutes, nearly the rest of the quarter. Got up feeling great. I was like, yep, coach put me on. He put me on. And then it just, it just came back. Like I've done my back. The massage did a good job, but it's still broken. Like it's still fractured. So, yeah.
So at that point, you knew it was over?
I threw in the towel from that. Yeah, that was pretty much the last, let's say, semi-professional game I ever played.
So what did you do from there?
Yeah, what happened after that?
I recovered. And by that time, I was playing the music at what they call SBL. Well, now it's called NBL1, but back in my days, I'll always call it SBL. State Basketball League. It was the adults, so best of the best in your club. Put a team together and play against other clubs.
It's pretty good that they actually gave you an opportunity
at that age,
try and.
At that age, I was 15.
Yeah.
When I started playing music,
that's really good. But
I didn't think of it as DJing. I like music, but I hadn't realized yet. So I was playing music, literally just on iTunes on a laptop. Dad's old white laptop. That's how old this MacBook was. Still kicking today, I can tell you that much. But pretty slow.
Some of the old MacBooks were pretty good.
Oh, they're killer.
I'm still using 2012, so...
Yeah, mine's 15. Yeah.
That's the last one I had was the 2012 model, and I swear by it. Because after 2012, that's when they were like... They just shat on them.
That's why I got two of them.
I still DJ on my 15. And it works all right. I wish I could have a new one, but...
There's still an SSD.
It still works, so why throw it in the bin?
That's it.
So where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah. At that point I was just volunteering and just because that club's not about money, you just do it because you want to help out and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we were used to that. So, it wasn't like, it was just part of it. And then I was sitting there one time, I was like, well, basketball's kind of done, but I still love basketball and I want to be involved. How about, buying like a simple deck? It was like $400. It was a tractor.
S2?
S4.
S4, Mark 1?
Big buddy, yeah.
All right, yeah. Look
Mark
up
2, maybe.
Mark 2?
Yeah, Mark 2.
I think we actually pulled up one of those photos of that.
On my socials?
Yeah, maybe. Mitch wanted to do this little thing on, where we pull up some photos and I got to ask questions about the photos.
Yeah.
But I specifically said, oh my God, look, there's an S2.
There you go. Yep, that's my S4. So that's actually at my old high school.
Because we pulled up a bunch of photos and we were going to ask you to explain the gram,
Yeah.
Like hot ones.
That's most of my equipment, those speakers and the geysers as well. I was going full out, but I'll get to that. So I bought that and then it wasn't really DJing. It was just so I had more tracks. So I bought all the music because I'm all about supporting artists. You download here and there. You like this remix, you can't really buy it.
At this stage, no one's gonna lampoon you for.
No, it's not even that. It's just even if you buy a subscription to a website where they hand over the royalties, but you get to download as many as you want for free. That still counts as supporting artists. Yeah. So I do that a lot.
Yep.
And it's better quality as well.
Yeah.
And
100%. That's the thing is if you go and do a SoundCloud or not so much SoundCloud, Spotify or iTunes and stuff like that, they get so it's so unfortunate, but have a $2 buy, they get 10 cents or something like that.
Yeah.
Which 10 cents is 10 cents.
But think about it, how many people in this world, and if you make a killer song,
they're
gonna love it. Times 10 cents.
Yeah, that's
Money's money, right?
That's exactly it. You got to be the next Flume or
but if Diplo. No one buys it, then there's 10 cents not there.
That's exactly.
So if I can give my 10 cents in, I will give my 10 cents in. Kind of thing.
That's a good attitude. 100%.
It's no secret nowadays that most of the majority of the music made by artists is from touring, not necessarily from music. So.
Well, David Guetta was remixing that one song on his Instagram the other day. 3 days, I'm not even kidding. 3 days later, it was one of the TikToks.
Yeah.
Biggest tunes, and now
to be honest, that's probably more lucrative. Is making a song a TikTok song.
Yeah, that's a big thing. But don't forget though that David Guetta, Tiesto, Martin Garrix, and I think it was Armand Van Helden or Van Helden. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
They got caught out because their music companies, their
record labels,
a little bit.
You're welcome.
Their record labels, right? They actually were buying the songs on Beatport to actually jack them all the way up the top of the ladder.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And they got caught out for that.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, well, kind of, because then it's just like Universal.
They were buying their own songs to get it onto the top chart.
That's it.
I can see that now.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like Richie Horton's just like, I don't care, because Richie Horton owns the place, owns Beatport, but he's like, yeah, do whatever you want. But then a lawsuit came into it and all sorts of stuff, and then
that makes more sense now.
Allowed to do it anymore.
Because when you first said, I was like,
yeah. That's it.
You know, they're buying it, but now that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, go back to it though, because that's a really good way to look at it, because like so many other people like. I can't name names, but obviously, like, you know, they do illegally download, or there was a period of time back in the day, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when you could just go on, you know, Pirate Bay, LimeWire, ISO Hunt, you just torrent everything.
It doesn't even seem illegal anymore. That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
And you don't get caught.
You know? Yeah, that's it. Don't get caught.
Yeah, I mean, you can just rip off YouTube by like going to like a URL.
But YouTube rips are horrible.
Sometimes. Yeah, the quality is horrible. But you don't hear it on your laptop.
Yeah.
You hear it when it comes through proper club speakers.
I wouldn't play it through club speakers, no.
You can pick it and you're like, oh wow.
That's it. I've done that before.
Or someone's given me this song that I really liked, and you know, we swap songs all the time, and this one is not paid for. So yeah. But getting back to
go back. Sorry about
that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me buy this deck, see how it goes, and then I kind of got bored. Just playing songs.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, well, what can I do with this? So I jumped on YouTube and started teaching myself. I'm self-taught. I've never paid for any lessons. Do
you have a mentor or anybody at all like that?
Not really.
Okay, wow, okay.
I've had people that you kind of like, you DJ with them, and you know, you're great friends with them, and
you learn little things here and there.
You pick little things, and you show off the stuff that you think you know a better way. But that's what makes us unique, you know? Like, if you want a certain DJ to play a certain way, you can't just grab anyone. And that's how I see it. You know, like, if you want, say, let's shout out Endorse. You know, if you want amazing graphics, you know, you want awesome remixes and stuff like that. And he spends so many hours preparing.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to do it. So if you want something like that, and that's why he gets so many gigs, because he's a great DJ, amazing DJ. He's a role model, you could say, for me. Because I'm, you know, younger, and
he's a role model for so many people and kids and everything.
And he deserves that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just hyping him up because he's my mate. I really mean that, and a lot of people think the same.
Look him up. I want to see Endorse up there because
the king.
Yeah, shout out to Nick.
Shout out to
Endorse.
Nick.
Yeah.
He's and you know, like I've learned a lot from him, and we'll get into this, but spending time with a DJ, not getting paid. Not being rostered on, but just being there in the moment, networking and learning. Well, you know, not it's got nothing to do with age, but I think your experience, and if you're new to the scene, there he is, loves his Milo.
Yeah. But see, that's exactly the same thing with me as well. It's like with Death Disco, it's like I actually followed one of my best mates around, and every gig that he played at, I just go sit next to him, watch him, and just hang out and just learn. Because I wanted to learn, and so he let me learn, and then that's how I got gigs and this and that. That's how I got to where I am. Because
so when I jumped from the SBL to I was going to mention this, but I got picked up from the Wildcats, and it's the same sport, obviously. But they saw me DJing the SBL Grand Finals because Basketball WA picked me up, you know, and I was one of the only ones, or for the club, that actually DJ'd. The rest of them just had Spotify, you know.
Yeah, the typical stuff.
Yeah.
So they picked me up and they were like, you know, can you do the grand finals? Yeah.
So how often do you actually get to play Wildcat games?
Wildcat games. This is my 4th season now. But they picked me up from there. They saw me at the grand finals. They picked me up. And there's 4 or 5 of us now. There was 4 earlier. And we just rotate. So there may be, let's say, 3 home games in a month. So out of 4 weeks, there might be 3. I'll play 2 of them.
Still, that's pretty impressive. That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's like the first time I played one, pooped myself.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's with Wildcats.
Like, it's all good sitting in the crowd when you're not center of attention, but you're in the bowl and you're at the bottom of the bowl, and that music's playing through these speakers, which everyone is listening to. You know,
look up Wildcats, please.
You know, they got 14,000 seats, I think, in Perth Arena.
Yeah, it's a big place.
Yeah. And when that's full, which happened to be my first game, absolutely scared.
I'm not surprised though. Like
I was shaking. The guy was like, "Are you alright?"
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm all good.
Let's just do this. By the first quarter, I was alright, but I was like, "Don't worry about me. Like, just do it." You know. So.
Well, that's the thing though as well. It's like when you're playing to that many people all there for a basketball game, and then you're providing the music, like
and sound effects, defense chant.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, we got a pad.
Okay.
This is what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about what's the difference. Like, 'cause obviously you're DJing at a club, you're just playing song after song after song,
and reading the crowd and everything.
Explain how it works.
That, lucky I did the basketball games before, but if I hadn't, it's so different. To learn that after DJing in clubs, lucky I did it the other way around. But if you did that,
so start to finish, what happens at a basketball game when you go to DJ something like that?
So we rock up 2 hours before. People still setting up.
What time does the game usually start as well?
Oh, it depends. You get afternoon games, you get evening games. If it's a weeknight, it's a little bit earlier.
Yep.
You know, it depends on all that. With COVID, it's even worse. Could be on a bloody Tuesday.
Okay.
Like, you don't know. But it's always 2 hours before. You know, dancers are warming up, players are shooting, everything's going on. So you're like, cool, you know, we're in it. Let's go. Let's do this. They pre-record. Well, they started doing it now. But they pre-record your intro, so we actually get an intro on the big screen. You know, so there's us, you know, in the decks kind of.
Really, that's awesome. It's like up in the what's it called?
The Turbotron.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So they shout us out.
That's so cool.
All my friends are the announcers. Obviously met them through this, but we're all good mates. You know, they say
it's like
funny or, so it's great. Like, we get that, and then we're like, okay, cool, we're in. So that's what makes me so nervous though. I don't care about the game.
This being up in the big picture.
Like, I'm fine with that. I'm zoned in. Like, I'm focused on the game, doing a good job. But
on the screen,
on the big screen, I'm like, oh.
Do they have cameras cut to you in the middle of the game?
Yeah. No, not in the middle of the game.
Okay. Right, but
which they should.
But before or after.
You guys are listening.
If they're listening, but it's a great community. The people there are amazing. We do our job. You know, safety is obviously important, so we make sure everything's done properly and everything has its own way. But lovely people, you know, we're all friends. And the ball just happened a couple of months ago, and yeah, we all just, you know, drank heaps and had a good time. Like, it was amazing. You know, there's no rough stuff,
toxicity or anything like that. Yeah,
it's one of the best places to be.
I can imagine, because that's the thing is I play at the market grounds, right? And on Friday nights with my mate, right? We just we'll see everyone go to the game, and then it's if they leave and they come back into the market grounds, it's like, all right, the Wildcats won. Yeah. And then they just go off. All the fans are just so much fun to be around. Yeah, thank you. Thank you
warmed them up.
You got them drunk enough.
That's it. It's whoop, straight on to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, what were you saying about the pads?
So so we got as you asked before, we got the tractor set up. So we have 2 DJs on it at every game.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we have 5 of them. So
you have 2 S4s set up?
We have one S2, S2, and Ableton pad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's connected to Ableton clearly.
And that's Launchpad?
Yeah.
Can you Google that, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
It's not like everybody doesn't know what a Launchpad is.
But it has the volume faders on. Quite ancient, but it still works.
Yep.
Kind of like that, but it's got volume on the bottom.
Yep.
So something like that. And, you know, defense is there, you know, sound effects. They miss a free the opposite team.
It's basically just a giant pad of MIDI buttons.
For those people who don't know what it is, that's great.
Yeah, you just trigger samples or sound effects or anything.
Yeah, so it's quick, you know, You don't have to look for anything. I've mentally remembered where everything is.
You kind of have to, right?
So many games. I don't know what game I'm up to. They should give me a bowl of something for 100.
If you guys are listening.
But that's actually how I started clubs. So, SKOOBY, shout out SKOOBY. He is an absolute legend. He's a bit, I don't want to say older, but he's you know, got a family now. He still loves it. He still gets out there and runs events.
That's what I want to hear, though.
And he's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Greatest guy ever. And to the point where he saw me and goes, "How old are you?" I was 17 at the time.
He's like, "You're coming with me."
Yeah, he literally was like, "You're coming with me." I was like, "Wait, what? I'm 17."
Yeah, I can't get into clubs.
Yeah, he's like, "When you're 18, let me know."
Yep.
You're coming in.
Yep, you're coming with me.
Cool. So, bang, Court Hotel. Used to play there every Saturday. Sorry if I'm wrong.
Lucky.
I consider myself very lucky because shout out to him because I wouldn't know where I would be.
In the right place at the right time, right?
Well, yeah. And that was my first kind of, not contact because he's more than that to me, but that was the first person who I knew in the scene, really. And it was just such an honor for someone who's been around for so long and done so many amazing things.
Well, it's like I was saying before. It's like if he's got family, he's got kids and stuff like that, and he's still doing it, finding the time to do his passion. Yeah. That's beautiful. That is straight up beautiful. One day,
which made me a little bit upset, but he's like, "Matt, I've been DJing for longer than you've been alive." I was like, "Is that meant to upset me or you?"
Is that what? Yeah,
I was like, "No, that's amazing." So yeah, to have someone like that as a first, mentor, let's say, was a blessing. So I, like I was saying before, sitting there, not doing anything but watching, learning, getting these,
just the
customs,
experience.
you could say, unwritten rules. Sorry,
that's all good.
Unwritten rules into your head. Not have played a club set before because I'm just fresh. It was just the best.
Yeah, and the court to start it off, you're so lucky.
Well, let's talk about your very first club set.
Yeah, how
you
was that?
You obviously pissing yourself.
Yeah, you're obviously anxious. How did it go?
Club set. Ooh,
club set. It wouldn't have been the court.
I wasn't because of this experience.
Okay.
Because if I was, I'd remember. You know what I mean, though? Yeah. So
you must have had that first, because every DJ remembers their first time. That would have been at
Paramount.
Paramount.
Yeah. So so that's where it goes. Jay, his name's Jay SKOOBY. He, said, "Look, my son's getting a little bit older. I want to spend more time with him, and these late nights are," which is fair enough. He's been doing it for so long and achieved so many amazing things. I was like, yeah, fair enough. So he kind of not stopped, but slowed down a little bit. So I was like, all right, Matt, you've learned all this amazing stuff. You've got a life friend, in the industry now. And where can you go from here? So I literally just kept doing, privates and stuff like that, trying to get my name out.
About weddings and all sorts.
You do a good job. People talk.
That's it.
And it just grew. And people can sit here and go, "Oh yeah, that's rubbish." That's it's not going to work that quickly. Oh boy,
it does.
It spreads like fire.
That's it.
Especially if you do a good job. Anyone can play music, but come on.
That's exactly it.
If you're getting a second job, that means you've done a good job.
Anyone can press play, but it's all about how you do it.
Yeah.
And what you do to be able to make it unique and your own thing almost.
Yeah. So, so I was a bit stuck, and I was like, cool, well, it's going from up here to...
oh, really? Down?
Because he stopped, so I'm like, cool, I had this...
Yeah, the network.
I wouldn't call it gig, but I had this, appointment every Saturday where I'd go and learn, and it was, free, it was just free gold, I felt like. I was like, oh. Anyway, message comes through. Adrian Franchita. Shout out, Adrian.
Shout out if you're watching.
Yeah. So
come on. Come in on this.
He goes, Matt, seeing your stuff, how would you like to join my team at Paramount? Now he's the resident, the resident DJ for Paramount on Saturdays is Adrian.
Yep.
Do you want to explain what Paramount is, just for people who don't know?
So Paramount is, I wouldn't say it's the biggest club in Perth.
It's probably in the top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, it is in the top 5.
Is Aberdeen...
See, that's the thing, because the Aberdeen Hotel, it's classed as a hotel pub.
Okay, let's say venue then. Top 5 venues in Perth, it would be in there. But I think Aberdeen is the capacity-wise the biggest.
Do you reckon?
I think it beats Court.
Yeah.
I think you're missing
how many people?
Metro City. Yeah.
No, but even Metro City, like Market Grounds.
In terms of size.
Market Grounds in summer, $9.90.
See, I think Aberdeen is up near 2.
Metro City is 1,500.
It wouldn't be. No, surely not 2,000.
1.5?
From my
something
memory.
like that.
You're blowing me away with these numbers.
I think so.
Maybe.
It's huge. It's got that big room.
Yeah.
And then it's got the R&B and hip hop room tied. Shout out Furman.
Yeah.
And it's got upstairs
Mr.
now because
Humble?
we're at full capacity. So
Okay.
and
That's
the
nuts.
smokers. Yeah.
There's
and
3
the front
stages
bar.
there, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
I had no idea it
It's
could be
huge.
something like that.
When was the last time you went to Humble?
I have never been to Humble.
Maybe you should go to Humble.
Well, I'm 11 to 12:30 this week, so if you're free, let's
Yeah,
go.
put me on the list, yeah.
Bark hard on me.
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Once again, shout out Furman.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's got to come on here as well with a guy called JKU.
Jay Koo, shout out Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started doing their own podcast, and I was just like,
Yeah, kick-ons.
as soon as I saw that, I was like, you guys got to come on here. I want to talk about
kick-ons.
that.
They're all good friends of mine. So,
Really cool dudes by the sounds
I
of it.
love them to bits. Yeah, they're amazing. So anyway, back to the story.
Yeah, it's all good. Sorry about that.
Went to Paramount. I think I played there for a year and a half. You know, here and there, a year and a half.
It's still a
Every
long
Saturday.
time though.
I reckon I missed 2 or 3, and that's because I was in Albany, playing in Albany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do Albany trips here and there.
Very nice.
Shout out studio.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Good
doing
old
a lot of
Albany.
shouts.
Yeah.
They better thank me for this.
They better,
Keep them
yeah.
rolling. Yeah.
The minute we get comments, you got to hit us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so that was the only time I left. I loved it so much. So what I would do was, and that was my first ever experience in a big stage like that. If you've been to Paramount, that room is huge.
It is, yeah.
You know, I think
Downstairs or upstairs?
both. I think they're allowed 700 on each. I think so.
Each?
On each. I think that's.
Oh my
I think that's
god.
what the capacity is. So it's 700 on each.
I'm sitting here thinking Market Grounds is big. I mean,
Yeah.
Capital used to be big as well, but I can't remember what that
I don't know what
capacity
Magnet
was.
is now. I don't
Yeah.
know how many, but
Because if it's Edison, amps, and caps, and upstairs,
quite big.
yeah, but
But you think
I
they'd have
thought it'd
different
be
like capacity?
Yeah,
So
for
if you
each.
shut off one, you lose that.
yeah.
So,
So that's what I kind of thought. All 4 of them, all 4 venues, I thought it would be 1,200 max. But like
See,
to hear
Edison's
something,
quite small,
yeah.
like 200.
But that's it though. But like hearing something like Club Humble being like 1.5 is
I
like,
think
wait a minute.
Furman might be screaming at his TV right now,
Yeah.
but I think it's around there. That's what I
Furman can also write a comment if you
Hey,
like.
Yeah.
Furman, if you're watching, yeah.
Oh, that seems so desperate. Put a comment, guys. Put a comment in there.
But yeah, I think so. But I went from there. And then so what I'd do was literally play when Adrian and his brother Jamie wanted a break, kinda. It wasn't even that. Like I played quite a bit. But it was, you know, play or mix 2 songs
Yeah.
and then step away.
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
And because I
Just
was
for a
fresh,
smoker.
you know, it probably wasn't the greatest mix ever, which is fair enough. But and then he would take over.
But
you
if,
know?
the thing is, at a place like Paramount, if you're playing 2 songs and you just do like 2 crossovers, people wouldn't really notice unless you like pause the music and press play.
Yeah, see, it wasn't that bad. Okay,
Exactly.
But yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
yeah. No, you've got
Yeah.
skill behind you. You're doing,
So
other stuff beforehand.
It was
so.
the 1, 2 songs, 3. Okay, do 5 minutes. Do 10 minutes. Do 15 minutes. Okay, now do 15 minutes. I'm going downstairs to get a drink. You know, so you're on your own. All right, do half an hour. Okay, cool. It's 12:30 now. See you at 1:30 kind of thing.
That's
So
pretty good.
Yeah, it grew.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of where it stopped. And which is fair enough because that's their residency.
That's it, yeah.
Well, I just like we were talking before. I love just being there. You know, cool. I got paid for the, let's say, hour and a half or 2 hours that I played altogether. But that's not what it was about. I really didn't care.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even notice the money going in my account.
That's it. You're just there to make people dance and have a good time, right?
Yeah. Well, and it was learning as well. Like I said, it was free. Not I was getting paid for it, but free lessons, and you know, like we were saying before, picking things from certain people, putting it together, and making it your own, and that's what makes you unique. Which is awesome, and it's, you know, a great thing. So if any, you know, new DJs are coming through, that's how you need to do it. Like all these like lessons and stuff are great, really great, but you need to expose yourself to different DJs. Message them.
That's
Like
it.
I don't mind. I don't mind if young new DJs message me and go, "Hey man, like I'm new. I haven't had a set before. Can I come watch? I've had it before. Trust me."
Your inbox is gonna be full after this.
Oh. No, I love it. No, it's really good. But like, yeah, people around me saw it and they were like, "Oh, cool, man." You know, like, and that, guess why I do it? It's because I was there once. You know, and I'm just returning the favor.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because I want to. I mean, I am, but like because I have to. Sorry. I'm doing it because, you know, that's how it should be.
That's exactly it, yeah.
Because if you don't, Perth's going to dry out.
That's exactly it. And that's the same thing with me. Is like when I go out and play out and about, right, and someone's like watching or asking me questions, I'll be as kind as you, like, as long as you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you.
We're all human.
That's it.
At the end of the day, it's our job.
Yeah.
You know, we're technically in what you call our office.
Yeah.
So don't abuse us.
Exactly, right?
Like, you can ask for a song, but if I say no because it's got nothing to do with the set I'm playing, it's not because I hate you. It's not because I hate the song. I probably love the song, but it's just not going to fit in. So don't take it personally.
That's it.
We're nice people. Like, we're not monsters.
And see, like, that's the thing as well. Like, for me, if someone requests a track, I'll be like, I can't play that one. Well, what about these 5 other songs?
Be like, okay, so Untouched. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm playing a bar. I'm playing a bar gig. Everyone's sitting down eating dinner. Do you have anything else? You know.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to play Veronica's at 8 p.m. at
Yeah,
night.
literally. Or this one that goes, oh, but we're leaving in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it was my friend's birthday.
I'm like, I'm not.
Care.
I'm here for the next 5
well,
hours.
if you're leaving in 5 minutes, why am I going to play your song?
It's like 8 p.m. and I'm here till 1.
Yeah.
It happens a lot at Avery, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You played the Avery as well? Oh, lucky.
Start at 7 till 1. Shout out Nick for giving me, you know, his sets sometimes. When he can't, he just, you know, and yeah, he trusts me, and that's that. That's pretty cool. Awesome.
Avery's a really cool place.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing. But they just get off of their table from having bites. So this is how early it is. Like, the kitchen's still open, and it's like 7:30. Been playing for half an hour. Hey, can you play shots?
Yeah, sure. 8:30 at night.
If you're still here at 11?
Yeah, sure. I will. Yeah. That's it.
We just finished our last beer. We're leaving. Okay. Go to a club and listen to it.
That's it.
Guess what?
This is
Go
why
somewhere
most
else, come
DJs
back.
Just blanket, don't accept any requests nowadays.
Well, yeah.
But see, there was also the rise of Pop Smoke as well. And it's like, have you guys listened to Pop Smoke? Like, the amount of requests you get for it, I'm just like, every time I get a request for Pop Smoke, I'm like, I'll play Cardi B instead or some.
Well, that's the thing.
Shit,
like if you can suggest, WAP.
No, Up.
If you can suggest something, and they go, yeah, that's better. Yeah. Then they're gonna walk off feeling so much better than.
That's it. Instead of just being like, no, go away.
He's so rude. Yeah. But yeah. So was at Paramount for a long time. And then. Furman. Shout out Furman again.
Shout out.
Kid Ked, shout out to him again.
Oh, yeah, but he's in England now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So when he left, he used to play at Humble for Furman. They're best friends, you know. Bromance. Shout out to them if they're listening.
Yeah, on the DL.
I love them to bits. Mike's an amazing dude as well.
Mike DeWet?
No, Kid Ked.
Okay, his name's Mike?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he went over, and then Furman was like, look, as you know, Mike's a brilliant DJ. We have some big shoes to fill. And
do you want to go and fill those shoes?
This was a huge thing for me because Furman went, I think, you know, you can do it. I was like, Furman, you might be a little bit crazy there. You know, so
you filled the shoes, right?
Well, I'm trying. I'm getting there. Yeah. Furman can have his own opinion.
Practice makes perfect.
Ask him when he comes on.
All right. Yeah, I will actually.
Set a reminder.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, that's a huge honor. And so I, you know, as sad as I was, I left Paramount. I said thanks. You know, you guys are amazing. Blah 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 blah. First set at Humble went off. It was amazing. 3-hour set. But yeah, it was awesome.
3-hour set on the CDJs.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I played 11 till 2.
What? Don't you snicker at me. I'm just a tractor fan.
Hey, I'm just snickering because Alex doesn't know how to play on the big phone.
No, I'll teach you one day.
Yeah, if you want. Yep. Yes, please. Right. Just quickly, right? So, what's the longest set you've ever done? I'll tell you mine.
9.
9 hours? 11 and a half.
Oh.
Yeah, I was very tired.
Where's that?
It was actually to the Straits of Fremantle on a Sunday afternoon.
That would have killed you.
Yeah, started at midday and then finished at 11:30.
That would have killed you.
Pretty good.
Shout out Endorse again. He does nights where
marathons.
This is how busy he is because he's so amazing.
That's it, marathons.
Like, he gets booked for like, let's say 3 gigs a night. It's AV, so you know he's got his laptop, he's got his GoPros and stuff like that, and he's playing for 17, 18, 19 hours, and these things start in the day.
Pretty sure he bought a house as well, so you know it's fun in his house. Like, who wouldn't want to be a DJ and being able to pay a house off whilst being a DJ, not having a second
but he
job.
Deserves it.
That's it.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
That really deserves it, and I really mean that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing as well. Is I don't know if I'm saying it, but it's like when Death Disco kind of left, like, and Nick kind of came into the picture a lot more. They were very happy came into the picture.
Yeah, see, he knows what he's doing. Young for Death Disco. I know the boys, lovely people. Met them, had a chat to them. You know everything. You know how DJs talk.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, and you know, I know a lot of people from Magnet House. And,
he's definitely like, if he's not number one DJ in Perth, he's definitely in the top three.
Yeah,
like straight up there.
Is this?
Endorse,
yeah.
Straight up. If not number one, like number two. Like,
well, everyone has their opinions, so let's just say top three.
Yeah, I would say
because I'm gonna say top one.
Yeah, that's it.
But everyone, depends what genre you party to. Depends what.
It's all subjective at the end of the day.
For what he does and the amount of effort and hours going into it and the skill that that guy has.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I look at him and watch him and go, these things are
just blow your mind.
Well, he's just so invested, and that's how I am as well.
He's done a lot to differentiate himself from other DJs.
Exactly.
He creates his own visuals as well that goes along with it.
Yeah.
And he's got he's almost got like his own style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, he does.
The way he presents himself on stage as well.
Well, have you seen him at Metro's Freo at all? When he has like this, it's sax. Lordy?
I've seen his Metro Freo.
Yeah, Feel Estate. Yeah, exactly. His old band, parts of his old band.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, and it's like DJing alongside a trumpet player and a saxophone player, and you put the saxophone player on a skateboard and then like wheel them across the front of the stage. Like, that's pretty cool. That's it. Yeah,
blowing their hair.
That's it. And shooting the confetti cannons and everything.
Does this one. And the crowd loves it. It's
the Lion King thing.
Yes. I love it so much. I was at Magnet House one time. And I was just having a drink with him, hanging out with a good friend. And he goes, Matt, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me the line, let's go.
Yeah, that's it.
So, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I was saying before we started as well. It's like, you got to be unique. If you're going to DJ and stuff like that, if you're just going to I don't mean in a bad way, but if you're going to play the same edits as everybody else, it's like you fit in with everybody else. You got to try and be unique. It's like we're producing as well.
We can talk about that as well, like the way I play.
Yeah, 100%.
But we'll just skip from Humble. I've been there ever since. Loved it. Best thing I've ever done.
So how often do you play at Humble then as well?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday. Oh, so we've got a resident in the
house. I hope Femin doesn't take me off now. But,
don't take him off.
But every Saturday.
This guy's pretty cool.
Every Saturday. And I appreciate it so much because he gives me really good sets. And if someone can't play, he goes, Matt, do you want this one?
What type of sets do you get usually? Like 11 to 1 or something like
that? Yeah, it depends on everyone else's availability because you got everyone playing
there's a lot of different people that play there.
They're really talented, so they get booked as well. So, fair enough. But it varies between 11 and close. And it's sometimes 1.5 hours, 2, 3, because he likes to switch them around.
Yeah, of course,
good variety.
You got to keep it fresh,
But we'll talk about that, how different DJs play different stuff and how I like to make myself different. You know what I mean? But yeah, played that ever since.
How do you make yourself different?
So,
go on.
Look, so I've always grown up learning the 3-song rule. And Scooby will be laughing at me right now.
You mentioned saying this before.
Yeah, this is who taught me. And it's stuck in my brain.
Good thing.
But these 3 songs need to relate to each other. They don't necessarily have to be the same genre.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they have to have a similarity.
Yeah.
Please no, don't play 2 of the same artist back to back. That's not gonna happen.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a huge rule. So none of that. But do you know what I mean? So
100%.
If it's pop, if it's bass house, if it's a mixture of both.
See, I've got the same kind of rule set as well. It's like, don't play the same artist within the 5 songs.
Oh yeah, I stretch them out.
And you have to kind of thing. And then on top of that as well, it's like, cross genres or do whatever you want, but make sure it
makes sense.
Fits the vibe.
Makes sense.
You can't just go, I don't know, Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams into Akadaka.
Whatever's going on in your mind, let's just,
That's it.
Because it confuses people. And Scooby taught me that whilst planning 3 songs ahead, you've got to be able to create a story, and you can't tell them what that story is. You've got to let the music talk for you. And like, I get on the mic sometimes when I'm a bit drunk, but
everybody,
when I'm confident, I'm like, woo!
Yeah, that's it.
But other than that, I like to talk to the crowd through music, and that's why I think I'm addicted to, like, making people dance, showing them that you can have a fun time, and seeing people have a fun time is like literally what glues you to the decks.
Well, that's the biggest thing as well. Is like, some people don't realize this, but I've always believed that people need to realize this, that, you know, with music and just like sounds and everything, like, you can attach memories and feelings and emotions and everything like that to it. And so, like, you know, my laptop is full of music, right? But every time I go through it to try and sort stuff out and I go and play a track, it'll just like, it will spark me back to like, I was listening to this song at this time at this place. Would that song work? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it's just like, it's putting the puzzle pieces together to be able to create the painting.
That also brings up the conversation about DJing for the crowd and not for yourself.
And so that's, I always got told, I mean, it's a bit cliche, but it's like, make the girls happy and the boys will follow. But
I've heard that one before, yeah.
It is the truth, though. Because boys don't like to dance.
As sad as it is, yeah.
Because girls love to dance.
Yeah.
But boys don't really. But if girls are on the dance floor, boys will go and dance.
If I think about it, yeah, like, that's some part of my mentality.
Yeah.
A huge one is being business involved. So knowing how clubs make money, knowing how promoters make money, I've been there, done that. So, like, you got to think about it. If you're playing bang, bang, hard style, or not even hard style, but I mean like hard track, banger, banger, banger. When are they drinking?
That's it. When are they going to the bar?
Cycling the dance floor.
That's it.
And that's how I play. I play with a business psychology. Like, I play with a business frame of mind the whole time.
Yep.
And keeping people in the club, because you don't want people leaving. That's the worst. And it makes you feel really terrible. And you go, and you're just like, oh man.
And it just hits you in the feels, like, I did this.
Oh, it's personal. It's definitely personal.
Yeah.
But then, making them cycle through the bar, making sure boys and girls are having an equal amount of fun through songs, though.
Yep.
So, you know, you might play Cosby Sweater for the boys or Jimmy Ricard. I'm a big fan of those two.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jimmy Ricard.
If you've ever heard me play, and if anyone's ever heard me play, I try and... Now I'm giving away my secrets, but I try and build up, you know, 120s, 128s, kind of old school pop. So not old school, but, you know,
when you say old school,
Whistle's 104. I mean, like, shots, kind of that hard
Whistle
stuff.
by Flow Rider.
Yeah,
I don't even have that. Oh my god,
Whistle's not. Whistle's like 104.
It's cold. Like,
but stuff like that. So I build it up. Tsunami. Freaks.
Yeah, Tsunami's good. Freaks is alright.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
So they're all like, okay, you know, this is going hard. And then echo out or something, you know, spin back, you know, slow down the pause, kind of. And then you just go, bow, bow, bow.
down,
Jimmy Ricard. And then you just hear the crowd go, oh.
Yeah, like, that's it.
Yeah, so it's unexpected things that I think grab people's attention.
That's it.
And it's all about keeping people's attention, because once it's lost, it's very hard to get back.
And that's it. And so a really good example, I've said this on a few different podcasts, right? But I haven't told you yet.
You got a like for that, by the way.
Got a like?
As you were saying that, we just got likes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay.
Jimmy Ricard, shout out.
Jimmy Ricard. What I do, right, sometimes, is I'll actually put a long, not so much a long song, I think it's like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I'll run to the bar, sprint to the bar,
I've got those songs.
And then I'll go and grab 2 shots of tequila.
Yeah.
Run back to the DJ booth. So everyone's like, where the fuck's the DJ going? Kind of thing, right?
What is going on?
He's running back. What's happening, right? Then I'll play the tequila song.
Oh.
And then so everyone's just like, what the hell's this guy doing? He's like, tequila. What? Tequila.
Wait, at the same time?
Yeah, like, so when it shouts out tequila, I'll actually have a shot of tequila.
Oh, so you don't have both at the same time?
No, I space myself out.
Superman over here.
Well, sometimes, depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I've had nights where I've had like 4 or 5 shots of tequila in that song. But
hey, we've all been there.
Yeah, that's it. But the thing is, though, it's the interaction, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that makes DJs almost like, you know, that stand out and this and that, is because it's like, if you're just I've always said it, and I've said it so many times, and I need to thank Gengar. Have you ever met Gengar?
I love Gengar.
I love
Jared so much.
He is the coolest guy. He is the best interview I have ever had. I love him to bits.
He is a funny dude.
And the reason why is because he put it in black and white, where it's like, if you're having a bad week, someone's broken into your car, into your house, stolen shit, whatever it is, right? When you go to work and you're a DJ, if you're not happy, the crowd's not happy.
Yeah.
If you're up on stage and you're having a bundle of fun, jumping around, sweating your bum off, this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like the thing is, like, they'll see that and go, he's having fun. I want to have fun.
Yeah. It's all about image.
That's it.
That's
exactly it.
You can sit behind the decks, play as good music as the next person.
But if you look upset or down the dumps and you're playing amazing tracks, people just look at you and go, "Yeah, with him."
We're all going through stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And you can't hide, or you can hide that, but you can't think that people aren't.
Yeah.
So, you know, part of the conversation is you got to ask everyone if they're okay, and, you know, keep up to date with your friends and stuff like that.
That's the thing.
But the second thing is, if you're DJing, you have to be strong enough to go, you know what, that's my personal life. For the next 2 hours, I got to leave this in the car, lock the door, and go have a good time and make people have a good time. Because at the end of the day, that is your job.
Yep.
You know, you're not going to walk up to your 9 to 5 job and go, sitting there.
I don't want to be here, yeah.
And the boss is like, what are you doing, mate? You know, blah, 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 blah. And you go, okay, like, you know, my condolences or whatever, but you're at work.
Unfortunately, you'll just fall on your sword if you just rely on your technical mixing alone.
It's a snowball.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
You're sad, all right? And as best as you're trying, you can't knock this out of you, and you're standing there on stage, and you mess up. We all do train wrecks. You know, that's part of DJing. You know, try not to, clearly, but you know, we all here and there mess up, that's going to hit you so hard.
Yep.
You know, and then because you've done that, you see all the negatives. It's all a mental game. You see all the negatives, and you see people going, oh, or you know.
But that's the thing, though.
You know,
like if someone comes up after your set and says, "Oh, you did an amazing job. I had so much fun. I loved it that you played this and played that," mate. And then you're just like, "Oh no, I did horrible." But the thing is, they go, "Okay, well, next time I come see you, it'll be better, right?"
Yeah.
And then they get the expectation. They come see you next time.
Well,
it's like,
if you're happy, and let's just say you had a great week, you're not going to see those negative things if you mess up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, you know, highlights those things, and it's just a snowball. You know, you've had a great week. You mess up, we all do, and then you go, oh well, on to the next. That's the mentality you should have, because you know people are there to dance, and that's our job. And we're getting paid a pretty good rate.
Pretty good.
We're all different, but let's say it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Better than your 9 to 5. But,
yeah, that's it. Like,
you know, and that's how people can live off. Because I used to work. I work now during the week, but I used to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was doing it right.
Yeah.
And then there was a point in time where I was doing Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then my weekend was Monday and Tuesday.
That's it. Yeah.
And I was balling.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's how it is.
I had something similar with me. I was doing Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday every single week, and it was the best thing.
It was exhausting, but it was so worth it, because you can put your feet up on Monday and Tuesday, play some golf. No one else is on the course, because guess what? They're working 9 to 5.
That's it. And for me, I was always planning out my meals. It's like, okay, I'm playing here on Wednesday. I'm going to get chicken parm. Yeah. Friday, I'm going to get Thai food. And
Avery,
Saturday,
they're going to give me 9 cans of single fin. Let's go.
That's it, right? But that's the thing, though, as well. It's just like, when you're doing all, like for me, right? I was doing all that, but then COVID happened, and it's like, okay, I had to.
That's what stopped me.
I had to reevaluate everything, and that's the same thing for me. Like I'm actually now training. I haven't told anyone this yet, but I'm actually a qualified firefighter. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be going up north to do week on, week off, one on, one off.
Yep.
Because of the way lockdowns and the way COVID has happened.
People from the eastern states, now I got family there as well, and like I said before, they're very invested in what I do. My family is amazing, love them to bits, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And so, what was I saying? They don't understand how hard it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, Sydney and Melbourne are locked down, and the rest of the country is locked down, but they think, oh yeah, you're out of lockdown, everything's back to normal. Come on, mate.
Nope, no way.
It's not about the capacity, and it's not about if we're open or not. It's the confidence, just like stocks. And that's what I said to them. I said, if you think about stocks and shares, it's exactly like that. It's not the value of the company. It's how confident people are
in
the growth of the company and the performance, and, you know, environmentally sound or whatever
That's
like that.
exactly,
But it's not the value. Don't get me. You know, Apple could have the same value share as another company, but Apple's one of the most valuable companies in the world
because people believe in it.
Yeah, because it's not got to do with how many phones they sell or whatever. It's the confidence, and it's exactly right. It's exactly the same thing as here. Clubs are, here's a 6-hour set, here's a 7-hour set, here's a 9-hour set, because we're making bank, and we haven't learnt this COVID thing. Now they get hit. Clubs and venues closing. What happened to Nevermind? I don't even know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not.
I think it's
unfortunate. With Nevermind, it was the neighbours.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't the neighbours?
The owner of the building.
He's going to renovate the place, but apparently...
No, he's going to knock it down and they're going to build apartments there.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's the confidence.
Yeah.
Like you've got nightclubs sitting out there and they're businesses, so they're paying rent or mortgage or whatever.
Well, you're right, because the landlord of the building that Nevermind was in was more confident in the money made off apartments than off the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then look, that's the stupid thing though as well. It's because look at, with that movement, right? With the event movement, right? It's like what Ace has basically been saying. It's like they're going to move that somewhere else because no matter what, people miss that venue, that vibe, the whole thing. Yeah. That when they move it to another place, hopefully they can keep the ball going kind of thing.
Yeah, it's... Because you don't understand how, well, not you, but a lot of people don't understand how valuable the small things are. Yeah. So, like, you might see, like, an old tree, but so many people have had memories under that tree. Do you know what I mean?
My uncle's pub, the Flying Scotsman's a perfect example.
Yeah. So you can't grab that event night, you can't grab the staff, you can't grab everything and shift it somewhere else because it's not the same.
That's it, yeah. And so that's the thing as well. It's like, say with the Flying Scotsman, with that place, it started degrading, right? But then everyone got so upset when it closed. But it's like, where were you?
Why weren't you there supporting small?
That's it. Why weren't you there making sure it could stay open?
Yeah.
The only reason why it closed is because you had memories there, but you buggered off and did something else.
Yeah, because you're happy with those memories.
Yeah.
And
I'm tasting something a little sour in that one.
Oh, I missed the place. Like, it was
I missed it too. I liked it there as well.
And now it's the Elford. Elford also owns up on this, opens up this Wednesday. Can you please look up the Facebook page? We should go down and have a look, Mitch.
Maybe we should.
I'll join you.
Now I want to walk down and be like, hey, my uncle used
Elford.
This
What's it called?
Elford? I don't know where the hell they got that. I liked it when it was a train. There you go, the Elford. That's it there.
Mount Lawley.
The Elford Hotel.
Yep. The new Scotto.
Website looks boss.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But see, that's the thing as well, is like, I mean, it's unfortunate, but my uncle was getting a bit older and like with the new social media and trying to keep up to date with everything, it's like, even some of the staff had been there for like 15 years.
We got time to talk about social media?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, let's dive into that.
Yeah, well, because that's a huge thing for us. You know yourself.
I actually lost my page, and then I kind of like...
Oh. But you know the idea and the importance of it.
Yeah.
And no matter if you like it or not.
Yeah.
You have to have a presence.
Just quickly, I'll tell you, right? So I used the logo from a shopping center in Canada. It turns out it's the world's biggest shopping center, right? And the name Square One, right? Because I take you back to Square One, the original classics, this and that. But I used the logo from like a candle shop or some shit, right? And so the thing is with that is eventually I had some mates come over, do the live stream, and then I got flagged. Then Facebook connected the dots with that place in Canada. Canada was like, that's our logo, and they took my page off me.
Well, whose fault is that for using someone else's logo?
Whose fault is that?
Fingers.
Yeah. I'm so mad that I got caught.
I had 750 likes and they didn't like it.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's important, and I know a lot of people who froth it and love it, and can't get off social media. And it's not, look, I'm not saying they're addicted, but they love the job. They love the presence. They love, letting people they
like seeing
know
the
what
numbers
they're
go
playing
up.
and where they're playing and stuff like that. And that's fine. Like, I do it as well. I wasn't really a huge Instagram person before I started. Had 400 followers, and all my close friends, was private, and then it kind of, it was like that for ages when I was DJing, and I was like, how can I like grow? And how can I? It's not like my not my skill. It's more the person I portray to be.
That's it. It's the costume, it's the face, the image you put.
You know, hey, remember when that guy played at Magnet House? Let's get him at court. Or, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, we don't know who that was because his account is not on Instagram.
It's so unfortunate as well, right? Because I've even heard of venues where they will not book you unless you can guarantee 40 people through the venue.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like,
I've had that as well.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
And I'd rather help a venue out by advertising, by volunteering to do that.
Yeah.
And I will, and I always do. Like this podcast, like you didn't really ask me, did you?
No,
like,
it was so cool that you actually like you shared my story of me holding.
Well, that's what I mean.
Like that.
But that's what I mean. Like it came from me because, like, you know, it's an honor to be here tonight.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you.
And I can return the favor. You know, like we're all doing what we love, and I know I haven't got that many followers, but
neither do I. But
you know what I mean? Like if it's 1 or 2 likes, you know, that's 1 or 2 more than you would have had.
I mean, honestly, that's what we were attempting to do here anyway.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you help us with the viewers, we help
don't release our secrets.
Secrets. Cut that part.
But, see, I've always looked at it though. It's like, the way I've always seen the industry is like, if someone scratches your back, scratch their back.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing with these new DJs.
Yeah.
You know, Scooby taught me, Nick taught me when I was like fresh and, you know, had no experience. And I'm not going to say I'm the most experienced DJ, but I'm a lot more experienced than the new people.
That's it, yeah. You know? And you've got something to teach.
And they're asking, I'm not offering, they're asking me, they're inboxing me. My inbox is probably going to be messed up.
Maybe.
But they're asking me for help and just to watch. And I'm more than happy to.
See this guy? Anyone that's watching? See this guy over here? Like, he will help you. Just fill up the inbox, right? Matt Bird.
Appropriate stuff.
Yeah, appropriate.
Yeah, so.
But 100% though, and that's the thing, is it's exactly like you said before. Unless people decide to start helping out each other and promote a positive, good, like, not economy, but like a positive society within the DJ industry kind of thing, it's going to stale, it's going to dry up, and people, it's not that people will stop doing it, but then, you know, everyone gets older.
Well, I was going to say, we're all human and we all age. And
that's
as much as we love doing it, and I've talked to my loved ones about this, like, you can't DJ when you're 60.
I'd like to.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
And music will never leave me.
That's it.
And I'll always love music so much.
But you probably never played a club, right?
There's a time to call it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't passed down your knowledge and people have picked your brain and, you know, like I said before, getting the stuff that you like, throwing away, you know, the stuff that they may think is better some other way. If you don't do that, like the people who taught you, there's going to be nothing in Perth.
And that's the thing as well. We're the most isolated city next to Dubai.
And we're pretty much the only city that's out of lockdown.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
that's the biggest thing about it as well. Is it's just like we're able to go out and party and don't have to have a vaccine passport.
It's like I'm scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and I'm like, oh, nightclub. Which one is that one? Because that's in Perth.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? That place is going off. Yeah, it's Magnet House.
Well, that's Perth because nowhere else has nightclubs right now. So, you know, I think.
But it's so unfortunate with that, but it's just the way the cookie's crumbling, unfortunately. No one expected something like this to happen. Yeah. And then it happened, right?
Yeah.
And it just like completely flipped everything on its head almost.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can look up TikTok on there, but I wasn't really a big TikTok fan. But I decided to, you know, roll the dice and just make a few. And
go on.
So it was
what's your TikTok?
Yeah, here we go.
Matt Bird music.
Of course.
Yeah.
Instead of Instagram, we should just look at TikTok.
But yeah, so I decided let's you know,
see what happens.
Yeah.
And so let me guess, you're some sort of TikTok star now?
I wouldn't say star. It's not about the followers. I'm just like proud of myself for like 33 or 35,000 views.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of like 100 followers, you know?
Mr. And it was Superstar.
It was all about how like we're partying and the rest of the country is sitting here watching us party and they're getting really mad.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. See, I posted my first one. If you go to the one on the right.
Not that one. Yeah, that one.
So that's at Humble. And...
Oh, mute.
So that's us going off, right? And that's Perth. That's representing Perth, right?
Yeah.
And then
Be
people
careful.
started reacting like, you know, like check out the likes and the views on that one. You know, like people started getting into it and commenting.
Damn.
1,257 likes.
And that was my first one. And some people got mad. Some people were like, bro, that's not fair. Like we're stuck in
messaging you.
Yeah, commenting. And then that one blew up. That one's So
oh dear.
Yeah, and then I was like, let's make it one better. And then I was just like, this is so embarrassing. I look terrible in this video, but it's perfect.
That's it. Just a little like loading zone. It's like I don't care.
Yeah. So yeah.
But that's the thing. We are so lucky to live here.
Yeah.
Like I even said this to I mean, doing a Cert 3 in mine rescue, and I said this to my class today. Aren't we so lucky that we don't live in Ganges, like in India or China,
or even South Africa? They've got them a lot.
It.
Like, and it's so sad.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of my country. And yeah, you just know it's there. And unfortunately, in some places, it's getting worse.
And see, our teacher made a very good point to us, right? Where it's like with England, South Africa, America, everywhere except for Australia, it's like they've got history. So everyone that has been born there lives there. It's like the history kind of catches up with them, but even though it doesn't mean to catch up with them, it's just like how the place came to be.
Yeah.
While with Australia, we're so new.
Yeah.
You know, we've got like, you know, the what's it called? So I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's like, you know,
like the Sorry Day.
Sorry, yeah, the Sorry Day. But then it's also like, you know, we're all immigrants.
Yeah.
Like we're all immigrants except for the natives that actually were here. And so the thing is with that, it's like, you know, people say that they're Australian, but technically no one's Australian.
But then you could also argue, all due respect, but like at what point are we our own country?
Yeah.
And like, you know, you and I are Aussies and Australian, and that's where we're from.
That's it. Like,
yeah, they are right. We are immigrants, you know, and the natives had this land before us.
Yeah.
And it's so messed up what
what
let's
happened.
say we did to them.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and we're obviously always going to be so sorry for, you know, like it wasn't you and I.
Exactly,
we didn't exist, but
that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's
like
the history and the forefathers.
Being here, it's just like, oh man, you know, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
You know, like that's terrible to hear. But
I just want to make a point here because we're talking about something that's
very
culturally sensitive.
It's a grey zone.
Yeah.
But I do want to make a point that the Aboriginal people in Australia are the only native people in any country that don't have a treaty with their governing, you know, with the governing.
Yeah, because they did that with Native Americans as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Canadians were the last to do it.
Yeah.
Which was really like 30 years ago, but yeah, we're the only ones left that don't.
Casinos. What?
But that's what I mean. Like, at what point are we our own? Like origin.
That's it.
Probably never.
That's exactly it. Unfortunately, well, like, not unfortunately, but it's just the way it is.
Well, because we're not discovering any new countries.
That's it. The world's been explored.
And it's been explored, every single inch of it. Well, I
kind
don't
of,
think so.
Except Amazon and
and the waters and stuff.
Blue City.
Yeah, but like all the land, you know, that's it.
Yeah, we've found the whole place.
And,
like,
I can't say much because I'm not even from here.
That's it.
I'm also an immigrant.
Even for me,
you moved over here. How old were you and moved over here?
I was a couple of months old, but I've lived many. Let's add it up to years there.
Well, how many years in total have you lived in Australia?
Okay, let's say...
Is it more than 50%?
Yes.
Then you're definitely Australian.
Yeah. Well,
you don't need to say I'm not from here because you are from here. You're Australian, all right?
Yeah. But going back there, I've got friends and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's every time I go back there, it reminds me how lucky we are to be in this country.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's, you know, as sad as it is, that's why my family moved over.
But that's
to
the
give
thing
myself an opportunity.
That's what my teacher said today as well. We're kind of the baby of the world almost. Like, we're the mining colony of the world. Like, sure, you got mining colonies all around the world and this and that. But Australia is literally just like...
Hasn't been dug yet.
Yeah, that's it. And it's WA. It's mainly WA. Like,
and that's why I think that... I don't know. I don't get into it much, but I think that's why the eastern coast states are not happy.
That's it, yeah.
Because we have all the
resources. Yeah. Well,
and we're closing the border.
But see, me and Mitch have had this argument before, where it's like, you know, the whole thing with like Melbourne and Sydney, where they're like not so much resource rich, but the thing is like they're more business orientated.
Oh,
and
they're huge.
They're like they're more established with actually like the economic kind of like. Help me out here, Mitch.
From my understanding,
Here we go.
the only not the only reason. One of the reasons that the eastern states are so rich is because they take a portion of our GST.
That's it.
And that ultimately comes from our wealth from mining. So they're funneling like 40% of our wealth to make their wealth.
Yeah.
We're subsidizing the eastern states. But that doesn't mean they don't make their own wealth. It just means that they need a little extra from us. You know, we're their little sugar daddy.
We are a huge state, though, land-wise.
That's it. Yeah. We could be our own country.
Yeah.
Maybe
we had a...
Fingers crossed. It'd
That'd
be pretty cool.
Great, I hope so.
Yeah,
I think it was 1992. Maybe. We had a referendum to secede from Australia.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
In 1992?
It was early 90s. It was before I was born, that's for sure.
Okay, because in 92, that's when I was born.
Yeah. It failed. Like, I think there was only like 13% who said yes. So it was like, it's definite case that we weren't going to.
But if that happened now, it'd be higher than 13%.
Well, at the rate we're going, you know, the borders are closed. We pretty much are.
Yeah.
We can.
Pretty cool.
I don't know what we get from the other states, but I think we're pretty good.
Well, I mean, if we were to do that, we'd be like new Dubai.
Yeah.
Like,
we'd have so much more money.
So much more money. You can tell Clive Palmer to bugger off.
But if you think about it, we got a case. We went into lockdown. I hate talking about this stuff because everyone has their opinions. But we had a case. We went into lockdown, solved it, fixed it, done.
That's it.
There's a few payouts, sure, here and there, very limited. Now,
look at Gladys.
over there,
Gladys,
everyone's coughing on each other, and they're taking the money out of the national bank account, and we only took, I don't know how much, but not that much, you know. And they're like, yeah, whatever, we'll just go back into lockdown for. I'm like, yeah, that's not the point. Every day that goes longer, it's more expensive for our country.
I just find it ironic that all the state governments that run by Labor are all fine. And then all the state governments that are run by
here we go.
Party.
Politics.
Now we're coming back
to the music.
Yeah, look, I wanted to ask you a question, and we're kind of running on low on time, so I wanted to get this question out.
We are.
How do you think the South African music culture has played a role in how you...
The N-word.
How you DJ? Yeah. I'm interested if there's any influence there, because I listen to a lot of I guess they call it French house, but that style of French house is coming out a lot in South Africa.
It's not odd, it's just like very different.
Yeah. Have you heard
in the nicest way possible?
Have you heard of an artist called Hazer?
Yeah, I've heard of Hazer.
Yes. I fucking love Hazer.
Yeah. See, that's the thing as well.
He's from South Africa.
Yeah. But isn't Madagascar as part of South Africa, right?
Yep.
And Madagascar is a
it's
French
part of Africa
country.
It's part of Africa.
Country,
Okay, yeah. But Madagascar is majority French as well, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
It's just I don't even know if people live there. Do they?
Yeah, people live there. Can you Google this? I'm pretty sure majority French.
There are people that live there.
From the movie. Okay.
That's as much
Alex the Lion, huh?
Yeah.
The bloody penguins.
Yeah.
Population of Madagascar.
I'm pretty sure it's majority French.
They probably have a figure for animals too.
26 million people. They got more people in Madagascar than they do in Australia.
I stand corrected. My bad. I really need to stop watching those movies.
Yeah, it's animations. They're cartoons.
Language of Madagascar.
They float
French
through.
and Malagasy.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's Malagasy?
Search up the amount of languages in South Africa. You'll be amazed.
Like
10. Have a guess.
10.
Oh wow, pretty close.
11.
Ooh.
Was that 12?
I love how I can spell. 11.
11! No, I said it second.
There are 11 official languages.
But there's
I'm going to butcher these. I'm
official
so sorry.
languages. What's the...
Sapedi. Sapedi, is that correct?
No, click on what are the official 12 languages of South Africa. What? Wait, no, keep going. No, go read the first one.
What am I doing, Alex?
I don't know. Read the second one.
There are 11 official languages. Sapedi.
Drink.
Fun fact.
Sesotho.
Fun fact.
Our national anthem has 3 different languages in it.
Really?
Zulu, English, and Afrikaans.
No way.
Hey.
I always thought
those are the most popular 3.
I always thought Zulu
Fun
and
facts.
Afrikaans were the same thing.
No.
That's an Aussie
careful.
thing. Yeah, that's it. I was about to say, it's like, this is grey area.
I hope no one from there is watching.
No, you got 10 minutes, Mitch.
They can't see me. You're bringing it up now.
No,
like, what the fuck?
Hey, everyone, Mitch just did this to me. Yeah, bugger off with your 10 minutes. So,
Tim's just said, lol, good podcast, boys.
you sidetracked us to the hell and back, Mitch.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
you
you
guys started
did.
talking
We're
about...
talking about
Politics and liberal and
how
Labour.
did we go from Wildcats
Yeah, to Paramount.
That was the start of the podcast.
To how much money is in Australia's bank.
That's it, right? This is one of those episodes you got to come back so you can finish the story. So, what's the funnest gig you've ever played? Other than Club Humble. Furman, if you're listening.
For Furman, I was going to say Humble.
Yeah. But other than Club Humble.
Let's go with Wildcats.
Wildcats, yep.
I know it's not like properly DJing, and it's like a new song every, transition of offense and defense. So you don't do mixing or anything, but it's just like, it's something you've never experienced. I like some of the other DJs come and watch without me knowing that I'm DJing, and then I'm flicking through like Instagram stories after, and I'm like, Nick Thompson was there, or Endorse was there, like should have messaged me. But people don't realize that they have a DJ. Like so many people don't know, the extent of what I do.
Yeah.
It's a very important job in my opinion.
No, I 100% agree with that as well.
I have a meeting next week about it. To plan the whole of next season. We've got a new manager. The ownership of the Wildcats has shifted, and stuff like that. So we've got a lot to think about, because a lot of, let me put this in the most politically right way.
Go on.
Most of what we do is guided and decided by higher bodies.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and that's
like
why it's so good.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so well put together. No one's out of line. It's a privilege to be there. It's not like, look at me, like a little bit. But
they've got a good system in place, obviously.
Just a little bit.
I love telling people that is part of my job. I love it so much. But a lot of it is screw down and concentrate, because it's a privilege to be there. A lot of people, a lot of DJs would love to be in your position. So, honor that. And that's what I have been doing, every game.
I mean, like, just quickly, I've played a cricket game, DJ'd a cricket game. It was the most boring thing. But when I found out you're doing the Wildcats, it's like, that would be so exciting.
But
so much fun.
I got that at 17.
That's it. As I said, right place, right time.
Yeah, and I also, appreciate it so much because that's where I met Jay, and then that's where it began. If I didn't, and I got it, let's say a couple years later, yes, Jay's still in the team. I wouldn't have not met him. But who knows where I'd be?
That's it.
You just got to appreciate where you are today, and move on from there. You can't be like, oh, what if?
That's it.
Because you can flip that and go, what if I didn't get Wildcats? I'd be working I do work 9 to 5 kind of, but I would be working a 9 to 5 job, and I wouldn't be doing what I, seriously like.
Yeah, your passion.
Love. Yeah. Because it's not work if you love it. And that's what my granddad said. Shout out to him.
But
he always used to tell me, it's not work if you love it. It's what you love to do. And guess what? Bonus, you get paid for it. So
that's exactly what my best mate said. It's like it doesn't, like, as long as it doesn't feel like work for you, it's not work.
Yeah. And you can go for hours. And that's why, let's say Endorse can go for 18 hours, or I can go for 9, or what did you say? 14?
11 and a half.
11.
Yeah.
That's why you can do it, because it's not a job. You love it. You love the way it makes people feel, and therefore it makes you love the way you feel. Like, I don't DJ for myself. A lot of people don't. Some people do, and it's not wrong. It's just their 5 minutes.
I DJ for myself, which is why I don't.
Not 5 minutes. Ignore this guy.
I was putting my hand up. I was saying that's me.
But that's
the DJ
also,
that plays for himself.
But that's the thing, though, as well, is like you play your music in a way, right? And so when you go out and play, like, you kind of curate the music to make sure the crowd's happy, but also you're happy, right?
If you saw my playlist on my phone for my personal
Dancing Queen every Friday, Saturday.
Don't share my secrets.
Yeah. Don't share your secrets. These are my secrets as well, right? Gimme.
On repeat. But like, it's completely different, and you go, this guy's not a DJ. If you looked at my playlist on my Spotify, you go, there's no way this guy plays at Humble, because it's completely different. And that's what I think makes it special as well, because you can separate yourself.
Yeah.
And you can go, okay, cool, I've just done 6-hour set, jump in my car. Normally it's silence because I just want to sleep.
Yep.
But sometimes it's my music, and it's completely different to what I've just played. There's no repeats or anything, and it's cool. And that's how I always plan to be. the second I'm not, I really got to start thinking about myself, you know. Like,
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate the music. I just playing what people want. And that's where it comes into, like I was saying earlier, I play a lot of OGs. And then when I throw in the old remix, the effect of the remix is so much higher than remix. Look, it's not a wrong way to DJ, and you know people love that.
But that's the thing; it's just your way of interpreting the crowd and playing what.
Yeah,
what
and
they
then I
want
have
to hear.
people like, oh, play Stay or play, you know, whatever. I'm like, I'd love to. I own it, but the chances are, you know, by it's 11:30 right now. I reckon 3 DJs have played it already.
That's it.
All right, and you're making fun of me right now because you know that. I've just gotten here, you know, but so I try and play music and throwbacks that people don't play.
That's it.
And that's what grabs their attention more, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's it. That's exactly what I do at Scarborough Beach Bar. Like, one of the reasons why I've got a residency at Scarborough Beach Bar is because you can go to the Peach Pit and you can hear the same stuff. Well, not the same stuff because I don't know if they're watching, but I'm just going to just generalize. And it's just like, if you go up and down Scarborough, more than likely, anything that's been played at Lookout will be played at the other venue.
But you're allowed to generalize because that is all of Perth. And
that's
I'm assuming that's all of Sydney and all of Melbourne. Well, and that's what makes us different, you know?
Exactly. I don't know about Sydney and Melbourne, stuff like that, but Perth is in such a bubble. Yeah. And it's just like, you go to a pub and you hear Flow Rider Low, even though it came out in 2003 or something like that.
Yeah, but that's one of the songs that I play because a lot of DJs, believe it or not, have forgotten about it.
That's exactly it. And that's
it's too slow.
Or it's too cheesy, or it's this or that, or like...
it's known, you know, for different
It's labelled. That's exactly it.
Oh, everyone's going to drop now, watch it, blah, 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 blah. But people forget about those.
That's it.
And you go, like, this is my time.
That's
you know?
it.
I'm going to play all the songs no one has thought about. And then that's my way of DJing.
And see, that's the same thing with me. That's why, like, I mean, I've got a huge collection, but I love playing 60s, 70s, 80s, and disco.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's just like, sure, you've got tech house, which is the new big thing, or house music, or remixes of old school disco tracks. But play the originals, play the classics, and then with the rock and roll, it's like if you can mix it properly and you can make it sound good, there's like a handful of DJs in Perth that will play classic 60s or 70s rock.
And how upsetting is it when you hear a remix and you go, that has completely ruined the song?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, the people on The Voice are amazing singers, but then sometimes you just
Voice,
then sometimes you go, oh, that's ruined it for me.
Yep.
Like, it's amazing. They've got heaps of talent. I couldn't sing like that if you've heard me in the shower. Like, I couldn't. And, like, props to them. Sing a different song.
That's it, yeah.
If you can't sing that song properly, you've ruined it for me. And that's the same with remixes, you know?
That's exactly it.
And that's why I play OGs. And if I hear one that someone else plays or, you know, that I find, because I'm always looking for new music, I'll download it. I'll give it a try. Oh, cool. People like it. Let's play that. But I'm not playing that all the time. I will play the OG here and there.
But see, that's something that just really, really gets to me. That, like, when you find, like, I don't know, like some sort of... You know, I was going to say the Austin Powers. No, don't do that. But it's one of those things that's like, you know, where, say, for my good old buddy Mitch, or Dan, if he's watching, where they'll actually play tracks where it's like remixes, right? But then it just cuts the song and then it goes into like a housey track.
Yeah.
And it's like, you build up with the vocals of the chorus or this or that, but then it just like cuts and goes into something completely different.
I just think you're not a fan of house music because...
Yeah, but the OG though, you play the OG and then you go into that.
For a good example, the song Good For You.
Yeah.
You know, TikTok famous, blah, blah, blah. The hook and the, you know, drop is amazing with the guitar and everything like that. And then people started remixing it.
That's it.
You know, like Future House, Tech House. And you're just like cool, it sounds good, but...
Why?
There's a reason why it's so popular on TikTok and, you know, in the music community and in clubs, and why everyone asks for it. Trust me, I get harassed.
But see,
why?
A good example of that is like Edge of Midnight by Miley Cyrus, and then they've got Can you please look up Edge of Midnight, the original? It's Kim Wilde, and it is...
Oh, hello.
Edge of Midnight's the new one, but then the original one is... You look up original? Yeah. Stevie Nicks.
Midnight Sky?
No, it's not Midnight Sky. Nope.
Yeah, well, Stevie Nicks, yeah.
No, but no, look up.
Sky.
No,
it's a mashup of Midnight Sky.
I don't think it's Midnight.
From Stevie Nicks'
I don't think
1982 Signal Edge of
What is it?
17.
Edge of what?
Yeah, Edge of 17. No, that's it. Yeah. Edge of 17. But that's exactly it. And the thing is, though, they rebirth it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, rebirthing that song as a Miley Cyrus song with Stevie Nicks. Thing is, though, the original was a Stevie Nicks song. Yeah. And, like, the Stevie Nicks version's so much better.
Or even Beggin', you know?
Even Beggin'?
Oh, I don't know who it's by, but Beggin', my, you know, friends and family were telling me, it's so old. And I didn't even know that.
But that's exactly it. It's like almost every single song in today's day and age that has been on radio.
Source and it's come from somewhere.
That's come from somewhere. 100%.
Because think about it. Like, everyone's sung about everything now. And they just, what else do I sing about?
And see, perfect example, right, is one of my favorite songs at the moment. It's called Tom's Diner, right? And it is the most beautiful song. But then freaking Dan played a remix of it on the weekend. And he was like, nah, this is the original. I was like, no. We're stopping now. No. The original is called Tom's Diner. I know this, right?
Yeah.
No. This house's remix is the original, like, because it was under a new name.
Yeah.
But it didn't have remix at the end of it or anything like that. And it's like,
well, even like Inner Bloom, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out What So Not did like one of the most amazing remixes I've ever heard to date. But sometimes you just want to sit in your car, turn it up full, close the windows, pump the aircon,
and just hear those bamboo sticks.
Of the original.
Yep.
You know? And then you get into a club and you're like, okay, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to play What's So Not's remix because it's so amazing.
You gotta have the beat
and everyone
behind
loves it.
Yeah.
But that's the difference, you know? My music, their music.
Do you ever try and do that on the fly where you might play the original and then go into the new?
I do that with a couple songs.
Yep. I do that with so many songs. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I also do this thing. I'm showing my secrets again.
Oh yeah,
lucky you.
Yeah.
But Can't Hold Us. It has 2 hooks.
Yep.
One at the start, one at the end.
By Macklemore.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, Can't Hold Us by Macklemore. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to say.
And it's the same vocal. And what you can do is the middle part's quite boring.
I agree.
And you just stand around. So I set cue points. Now cue points are very important, and it's all about preparation.
Oh, I'm loving where this is going.
So you set up, you mix it in on, say, you know, your left, and then you hit the cue point for the back half of the song on the same vocal, and then you put your fader through onto left and right, not through. Put them both up, and then as soon as it hits that. I don't even know what it is, but I just know. And then you just, hit a cue point, flick it over. That one's silent now, and it's straight into the yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And it's so much better because it grabs people's attention. And if you play the middle part, people are standing around like, oh.
That's exactly. I started a playlist in my record box, which is just like every odd and even number is a paired song that I know.
Yeah.
There's like something that I can do with those 2 songs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You just got to be careful with that though. Because then, like we were talking about before, you're playing the same every week and you get bored of it. But if you don't, and if you have multiple, alleys you can go with, okay, I'm playing, let's say, Shots. I love Shots. I don't know why I keep saying it. But if I'm playing Shots, okay, done that, but I have 4 other tracks that I know in the back of my head
that will work
perfectly. Yep. They're in key or they're meant to be in key, but
that's the journey of it. That's what makes it so much fun. It's like a tree. It's like you
start that actually really works really well.
Yeah,
like it sounded good in my head, but hearing that and then listening to the crowd's reaction, you're like, ching, I'm gonna keep that.
That's it, yeah. But just quickly as well, just before we wrap things up, I'm so happy you said that thing about the cue points. Honestly, like the last couple of guests I've had on, that they just don't do cue points. I cue everything up.
I cue everything
up on the fly as well.
You can't, like what I just said, you can't do that. Be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a spot. Cool. Cue.
But that's exactly it. Like, I'm going to drop a name, but I love the bloke to bits. Really, really cool guy. Ben Renner, he literally rocks up.
Sticks his USB in. I love him to bits, but sticks his USB in. And the CDJ starts loading them.
Yep. That's it. That speeds up the right part.
There's no waveform. There's no hot cue.
They're loading the BPM.
Everybody does their own thing.
I've literally stood there at Coconut and Avery and gone,
wait a minute.
Where's the BPM?
Yeah, what's going on?
But the thing is, props to him.
Yeah, he knows.
Learnt on vinyl.
That's it.
The thing is, he can do it.
He knows
but
his
old school
music.
vinyl, there's no BPM.
Yeah.
You have to listen to that. And you have to know your music. So, he can. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's a huge thing, but get a new kid. Here, mate, here's a USB without it being analysed.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't look at waveforms. I use my ears, and that's the way you should be.
Really? You don't
DJing.
look at waveforms?
No.
Okay. I love looking at waveforms.
They annoy me so much.
Really?
You need to listen.
I played it.
Because at the end of the day, the crowd doesn't see the waveforms.
That's it.
So if your waveform is a little bit off, but you think it's in line, the red lines are in line.
Yeah, that's true.
And it sounds like it's off. It's all good because the
waveforms
are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I boost my booth. If anyone's ever been in my booth, you go deaf.
Yeah, I'm the same as well. Yeah. I have to hear what's going on.
I can't. Headphones, I don't like it.
Really?
Because it's...
Oh, you play without headphones?
Yeah.
No way!
Yeah.
Nah. What? Yeah. So you just know your songs and you just...
I kind of prefer that too. The headphones like a bit clammy and like you get lost in your own head.
I'm blown away. Like I love the headphones because I got to hear what I'm doing.
900s or 800, I don't know, whatever they are. They had no BPM on when you're scrolling.
Yeah, I was about to say I did a gig at Amps and I was shitting myself because I was on 800.
But you do it without headphones and you learn so much faster. And that's how I learned. I always had headphones and I still do, but they never leave my car.
Really? They never leave your car?
So if you know where I park. No, I'm just...
but headphones.
But the thing is, like, yeah...
HD 25s? Yeah, maybe.
But, yeah. I'm taking my headphones out tonight, by the way. So
all right. Yeah. You got a gig
everyone.
tonight? Yeah.
But, yeah, so it's just knowing your music and...
Yeah.
Knowing
you got to know your craft. That's the biggest thing about it. You really do know.
Well, if it's your passion and, you're paid a lot of money to do it, get good at it.
That's it.
There's no point being like, rushing to a gig, 5 minutes to go. Oh, and I've forgotten a USB, so I've only got one. Oh, cool, they're not linked. Mate, you're getting paid, let's say, $80 an hour, standard bass, or 70.
Yeah,
and the club can't afford the sound guy, so you have to do it all.
And you've got one CDJ now because you're not organised.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
but see, that's another thing as well. It's like, I can't say names, but I know a girl, right? And she's rocked up to a venue really, really drunk, right? And the security have just been like, you're not coming in, you're too drunk, right?
Yeah.
And she was meant to go on in 10 minutes. It's not half an hour before, it's not an hour before. But then she's like, called up the booking guy, who's also a good mate of mine, being like, I can't play my set, security won't let me in. What's wrong? Oh, they say I'm too drunk. Well, isn't that on your own personal self to be able to go, I've got to go to work. Could I be drunk for work?
Yeah, exactly. You can't rock up to work drunk.
No, but you can, like for us, we can get a little bit tipsy at work as long as you have that level of professionalism.
It's a huge discussion.
Yeah.
When I started off, I was on obviously my P plates, so I literally had to blow zeros.
Yeah.
So it was either me driving, drinking water, lemonade, whatever.
But you might have one, but then
I'm still over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm still legally over. And I like to stay on the right side of the law.
Of course, yeah.
I'm one of those people.
You're a good boy.
So it was tough. But then you Uber, it costs $30, but you get a drink. And you're like, it cost me $30 here and there. I'm not close to the city. So it's going to cost me, so you're like, it gets to a point where you're like, I'm just going to drive. I'm off my P's obviously now. So I can have a couple, depending on how long I'm playing and stuff. But I always like to stay well sober.
It's the same thing. Like you lose your license, you lose your job.
It's not even that, but I drive now because I want to be in a right frame of mind to do a great job and do my best job. A couple beers, we're all adults, we can handle that. But if you can't drive home now, you haven't reached your full potential in the set.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with legal stuff or whatever. It's just like they're paying you. They think, well, they know that you're this good or whatever, and they've chosen you out of all the people in Perth. Respect that. Rock up to your gig in a good frame of mind, mentally sober, and do your best job. Okay, and if you didn't drive and you're finished, go get smashed.
That's it, yeah.
Because you're not, you're not working
have
anymore.
afters, yeah.
Go for it. Go have afters. Go have beers at a mate's house. Sleep on their couch.
See, I've made that mistake before. Like, I actually got booked for a social.
Yeah.
And I got told that it was going to be potentially a Friday residency. I was so excited, right? And the thing is, I went out and played the gig, and I loved that venue, and I had so much fun at that venue. And I got told I was the best DJ that they've ever had at that venue, right? On the outside part. Problem is that I was in a bad frame of mind, and I asked the manager at the bar, what's the strongest drink you got? And then like I had about 3 or 4 of those, and I got a little bit tipsy.
Yeah.
I still did an amazing set. I held a level of proficiency as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is that since I kept asking for alcohol, and the thing is like towards the end of the night, it's what a little bit too loud, which wasn't like a bad thing. So I still had people dancing, having a great time, and heaps of compliments and the whole lot. It wasn't what they were looking for.
Yeah, there's so many things you can get caught up on.
That's it.
You have to be perfect.
Perfect.
Like it's almost like you have to walk around like a robot.
That's
like,
it.
You have your personal life. Everyone's different. Good on you. You do whatever you want. But when you get to the industry and you're wanting to grow and, get more gigs and essentially make a lot more money and, spend a lot more time doing what we love, you have to behave and you have to...
It's not being a rock star.
Best, and you have to be continuously not changing, but getting better. Because guess what? Everyone else is getting better.
That's it. You have to adapt and overcome.
And people don't understand how competitive it is. We are great friends. We're all, mates. We're all respectful to each other. There's little hate in this industry. I don't know of much. We know a couple bits and pieces, but everyone loves each other. But at the end of the day, it's a competition.
That's it.
And
that's because we're so small that people... I said this the other day to episode, but it's like, since we are so small and there's so many limited places that people can play at, it's kind of like, he's playing there, I want to play there. F you, I want to play there. That's what a lot of people can get in that mindset. Yeah.
Because
you shouldn't be like that.
Well, look what I did. I went, Skooby's playing at court. That's amazing. I don't want to take that from him. I have no authority to, because I'm brand new, or because it's his gig. I'm gonna sit there and watch and like absorb everything I can, and that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of trying to take people's gig or, hey bro, can I play back to back? You can't say that to any DJ.
You can't do it.
Like,
see, I use laptop, and that's the thing, is like using Tractor.
Well, it's not even that. It's just so rude.
That's it. I will go up and talk to a DJ. I give him a card or something like that, but I will never be like, oh, give me a go.
Yeah, it is so creepy as well. You're like, cool, bro.
You're like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, like, where'd you come from? Who let you up?
Yeah, that's it.
But that's what I mean. So I have mates, and those mates DJ, and here you go. Oh, come on, mate. That's fine. You're friends, and it's a bit of a joke and a bit of fun. But like, let's say one of those younger kids came up, and you don't know who this kid is. Like, all due respect, you're like, I have no idea what your name is. You're nobody.
Perfect example for me, right, is I played at Kalamunda Hotel for Christmas Eve, I think it was, last year. Thing is that it was packed, really, really good. Got a dance floor, built it up, made this really great vibe. 2 hours in, some kid comes up to me with his car keys. Well, give us a set. And I just looked at him and was like, I'm using a laptop. You're not plugging that thumb drive in my laptop. You make the whole thing crash. No, come on, bro, give me a set. Tried 4 times. And I was polite 4 times, but then I was like...
It just gets to a point where you're like...
I was just like, security, this guy won't leave me alone. Get him out of here. Yeah. And then do you know what the kid did? The kid walked off, grabbed his bottle, and then threw it against the wall, clipped to the top of my speaker, kept spinning and went against the wall. But I was just like, this guy, get him out of here.
People are messed up.
That's it.
Like, drunk people. Well, it's just even in Northbridge.
Everywhere, yeah.
And you just, like, because we're the sober population of Northbridge, let's hope. But we like to say we are. But you just see so much, and you just like, that's so disappointing.
That's it.
Like,
because it reflects back on the whole city, basically.
Well, that person has a family, and that person has loved ones, and that person has parents who are probably proud of them. Well, let's hope. But, like, come on, man. Like, you have a surname. Like,
just don't let your family down. Don't let the team down.
Like,
That's a good way to wrap things up. Just before we do wrap things up, I want to pull up these photos, Mitch.
Okay. Oh, no.
He's going to sit here and be like, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
We're already 15 minutes over.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'll take that as a compliment.
All right, so what's this?
So, yeah, that's
signing.
That's me signing my first ever Wildcats contract.
Nice. Look at you're very young.
If you can see the comments there, Taylor. He's one of the announcers.
Okay.
So
what's it for, bro?
Yeah, we've become.
That's great,
really
bro.
good friends. Yeah. So.
Does he say anything else with bro in it?
Bro.
Bro.
So yeah, this is a little segment we like to call Explain the Gram.
Yeah, of course.
So that's the first one.
Yeah.
He just came up with that name just now.
So
we had this one earlier, but we'll get you to explain what's going on here.
So this is actually at my high school. I was in year 11 and
it's like the ball.
Year 9s do like a social. And that was that one. So they do dance ballroom dancing for like a term at the other school, because we're an all-boys school, and they're an all-girls school, and then they come over for a
social,
a gathering,
nice,
with alcohol clearly, but yeah, the school, hopefully, from what I know of,
not until it finishes anyway.
I wasn't drinking it. I was 17.
Everyone else was sober.
But the school somehow found out that I was mixing music for a living. So they were like, why you want it? Like, do you want to do it? I said, sure. And then they were like, offered to pay me. I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, cause it was just what I loved doing, and that school had given me so much. So I was just like, do it. So yeah, that's that one.
What's this?
So that's
just a lie.
That's classic Matt just being bored.
Okay. That's why I picked it out.
That's me sitting on the couch watching the footy on the Thursday night going, what can I post? But that is...
pretty cool photo.
I'll tell you what that is, though. I remember it clearly. That's my first ever gig driving myself to a gig.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to have to get transport and stuff like that. So that's the first day I got my license.
Important.
The first day you got your license and you had a gig on that night.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So. Yeah.
Like driving by yourself and going to a gig.
Yeah. So that's the first one I went to.
Nice.
And then
What gig was it and stuff?
It was a 21st, a family friend's 21st. And I was up there till who knows what hours. Like they just kept partying. So I used to do privates, and now I've kind of just gone to venues.
That's it.
It's a lot easier. Like you understand.
It's
with
so much easier.
Equipment, and then this guy.
Like I love doing weddings.
I've had speakers fall on people, and you're just like, yeah, people are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a private, so we own this guy for 6 hours. So they get so rude.
They do.
Oh,
it's unfortunate, but they really do think they own you.
Yeah.
That's why if I say something. If someone's like barking things at me, I will literally go get the coordinator or someone who's in charge and be like, this is going on.
Well, I was just pointing at the PowerPoint and go, you might as well pull it out, because I will. Like, if you want to be rude to me, I'm doing like a service for you guys. And it's a skill that, quite frankly, 99% of you guys probably can't do.
That's it, yeah.
And that's why I'm here. I'm not putting myself in a pedestal or anything. I'm just saying, like, they're not DJs.
That's it.
And they're guests, and they'd rather be guests and not DJing.
Yep.
So let me just DJ.
Exactly, and all you got to say is like, look, I've been paid to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have had Spotify, but I'm trying to make it
to spend way more money
to make it fun.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's way different than Spotify.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's even the presence, like, oh, cool, who's DJ? No, it's like that thing over there, Spotify. Oh, sick.
That's the phone.
Yeah, versus in,
I've actually done a wedding before. I did an Aboriginal wedding, right?
Yeah,
has nothing to do with like the culture or anything like that. But the thing is, it was quite funny because halfway through the wedding, right, they'd done everything and they were getting ready to dance. And they came up to me and was like, can we play our phone? And I was just like...
You're paying for me.
I was like, you're paying good money for me to do your wedding. And you want me to play your phone?
And let's get
do you have this song and this and that? And I was like, I don't have that song, but I can buy it for you. No, I just throw my phone on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's get the secret out.
Yeah.
Privates pay way more than...
They do.
And so,
weddings,
like I said, $70 or $80 before... We're talking 120, 130.
Probably more than that, let's be honest.
150.
Especially if you're doing weddings.
If it's wedding, it's $1,500.
Yeah.
For
like a few
minimum.
hours.
That's it.
Standard.
7 hours, 8 hours at least 180.
You're looking at 2. It's you've bought the equipment or you're hiring the equipment, so you got to pay for that.
Microphones, speakers, tables, lights, a whole lot.
Setting up, packing down, driving, your time, your effort. you know, looking nice. You know, that's not, you know, you don't just
Doing
wake up and go,
MCing.
you know.
Yeah, that's it. Getting on the microphone and being like, ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom are about to enter the
I'm
venue.
getting
Can
paid
everyone
20
stand
bucks
up,
an hour.
please? Yeah,
You know?
that's it.
So it, you know, you get paid for what you do, but
That's it.
come on, man, don't bring your iPod out and go, this is better, because the DJ will literally stop trying.
That's it. It's just a straight up insult, yeah.
Yeah, or this one, next one.
Oh, it's
And
so
you're
funny.
just
Every
like,
time I get
oh.
people that go like this to me, I just start doing it back to them. I'm like, what does this
Well,
mean?
I just spin
Like,
around.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, you do circles.
Spin around.
That's it.
And then I go, done. Like,
See, for
Ta-da!
me, every time someone does that, I just start doing it back to them. Then like, come over here, and then I'll get them to come up close and be like, what does this mean?
or
Like,
one time I was with Endos at Magnet House, and this girl had a phone up. You know how they do the Snapchat
Yeah.
thing? And they were like, first they were like, next song, exclamation mark. And then I was like, Nick, look at this clown, you know, like, it doesn't matter what song it was, but it's Nick, so it's going to be a good track. And we both laughed. And then he had a brilliant idea. He goes, gets his phone out, no. And then shines it back.
Just no.
Just no.
See, I've done things in the past where someone's written something and shown it to me, and then I've literally copied it and just written it back and just pointed it back at them, and just being like, "What does this mean?"
Mentioning that, look out, Scarborough. There's this manhole above the decks,
Okay.
and I remember Rovey, shout out Rovey,
Yeah.
Rovey Rush.
Legend. I love that bloke to bits.
Some guy, I saw it on video. I wasn't actually there, but some guy had, you know, the same deal going on, and he goes, "Oh, look at Tommy," grabs his phone, shoves it inside the manhole.
Really?
Done for the night.
No way. I was like, sorry, mate.
Well, it's on top of the stage, and
So you
security,
can't reach
the
it.
security guy's just standing there. I wouldn't go up there.
Yeah, no way. That's one way to deal with people, right?
Well, yeah.
All right, we got to wrap it up
Ah.
because we're like almost half an hour over.
Well, that's
Mitch is gonna kill me, and I gotta
Thank
go to work. Not work. I gotta go do this training shit.
I ain't gonna
tomorrow.
kill you. I just like to try to keep people to time. That's
Yeah,
my job,
all
right?
the time.
Well, if there's
yeah.
anyone
what you're
still
not paying
watching,
me for.
thank
Talk
you.
to
Yeah.
the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Matt.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You got to come back on. We've got so much more stuff to talk about.
I feel like we've only scratched the surface.
That's it, right? Yeah.
I'll happily be back.
Starting at the end of this year or next year, I will start doing more double episodes,
Yeah,
and
cool.
that's where it's going to be like, well, not so much double. It's going to be like me and 3 others.
Oh, cool.
Or 2 others,
Yeah.
and then we're just going to have a discussion.
This table's
More of
big
like a
enough.
That's
discussion
it.
panel, yeah.
And just have a
Okay.
proper discussion panel and just hang out and just talk about music and life and everything else in
Group
between.
discussions are fun as well,
Yeah.
because then, like, I know you're getting my side of things right now, and you know
But
how I see it.
we'll
But then
compare it. Yeah.
you've got so many more. Because at the end of the day, I'm not like know it all.
No,
So
neither am I.
Yeah, that's
that's
what I
why I'm
mean.
here learning, right?
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you get 4 or 5 people. So fun.
Yep.
So,
It's going to be good,
yeah,
and I want you to be part of it.
I'll be part of
Yeah,
it.
good.
Take my hand.
Yeah.
I'll be part of it. Done
That's
deal.
it. All right. So thank you so much for coming.
No, it's
this,
a pleasure.
This has been a great episode.
Well, before we go on, where can people find you?
Yeah,
What are your
that's it.
socials?
Socials.
It's Instagram. I love, directing everyone to my Instagram. So it's Matt Bird Music. That's where it all starts.
Can you pull it up as well, if that's all right? Yep. Go. All right. Check this out,
There we go.
everybody.
Oh, look at that. Live.
793. You're 7 likes off. 7 followers.
Yeah, well, no.
800. Oh no! Wait, no, you got.
No, it's
so
all
you're
the way around.
following. Okay. Damn, you got a 1.1.
No, that's nothing compared to other DJs.
Yeah, no, but still, I got like 200.
Read my bio.
How do I do that?
S.
No, right there.
So Perth, DJ, South Africa, Australia. His Snapchat is Matt Bird Music.
Yeah,
He's-
but
And he is live on the Infra-Red.
There you go.
oh shit!
There you go.
Thank you.
No, that's what I mean. So supporting, the brothers. That's all right.
Yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Right, there we go. Is that right? Angle. There we go.
There you go.
Just one big hole.
Okay,
so
now you
much.
can do your sign off,
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, thanks for
Alright.
having me.
Honestly, it's been great. This has been a good episode. Thank you so much.
No, it's awesome.
And we'll see you guys next week with... Oh, I don't know who I got on next week. I always do this. Oh, we got the Blossom crew.
Hey.
Sucks that you're not going to be part of this, Mitch, because you're going to Blossom Festival. We actually have the guys that run... Guys and girl, I'm pretty sure, that actually run the whole festival.
Oh.
So it's like 4 of them or 5 of them, and
are they on next week?
Yeah, on next week.
Yeah, so it's going to be before Blossom.
Yep. Well, that's it. It's basically just like one big hype thing before the actual festival happens. So hopefully promote the hell out of them, because those guys like Drew is such a cool dude.
Yeah.
Temperamental goat. Shout out. Like,
yeah.
Really
well, that's
cool
our
guy.
whole industry. Like, amazing people.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you got to be up and about. Like, you can't be a downer, and you can't put people down, because you burn bridges, and it's not the right thing to do. Oh, there you go. Hey, show the camera. Assy, the Sasquatch, is on his lap.
Got a friend.
All right, well, cheers to that. And we'll see you next time sometime.
Yep. Done.
Yeah, done and done. Let's get... Yep.